This is the Louie T Network.
Louie T Live.
Who else could it be? Me, your me, Louie T. Welcome to the Week 4 edition of Winners and Losers, where all we do is win, 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 no matter what, and we allow the losers to worry about losing. I apologize for the late start tonight. You guys have sent me so many picks. I absolutely love it. And the biggest thing that you have to get done in these situations when you first start out is you have to get the template done. So you have to get everything set up the way you want. And then all you want to actually have to do moving forward is just input numbers. I think I'm at that point now. So I'm hoping moving forward that these videos will be out around 9. That's the target time for these videos to be released. But when you're trying to set everything up for the first time, it takes a long time, and that's essentially where I am with this whole process. So I think I've gotten everything to the point now where it should be set up, and all I got to do is go in and change around some numbers for what guys have done. And then always seems like each week we're getting new participants and entrants into the Winners and Losers Pick'em Weekly show. And so with that being said, I got to add those people in as well. So all of those things take time. I'm not here to make excuses, man. We just here to win. And I'm going to tell you right now, not a lot of people won in week 3. Week 3 was a stark contrast to week number 2, where everybody won. Everybody got a juice box. Everybody got a bag of chips. Everybody got a trophy. Everybody was a winner in week 2. Not the case in week 3. I don't know if I've ever seen this many upsets in 1 week of football. I don't know if I've ever seen this many games that could have went in any direction. I mean, I'm fortunate. I could have been a lot worse, and a lot of you could have been a lot worse. There were some games that, boy, I mean, Cincinnati should have beat Green Bay. Just about all of us would have took a loss there. You know, I mean, Detroit could have easily beat Atlanta. I mean, you're talking about the difference between a few inches being a game winner for the Lions and a 10-second runoff and they lose a football game. I mean, a lot of you had Atlanta. That would have really crippled you in this football pool. I mean, there are a number of games that could have went either way, flip a coin, and the Patriots easily could have lost. They should have lost to Houston. What the hell would that have done to most of us, okay? I mean, I don't know of many people that didn't pick the Patriots. So count your blessings. Whatever you got, you should be lucky and more than satisfied with what you got, because trust me, it could have been a lot worse, okay? With all the upsets, it could have been a lot worse for a lot of us with the way these games went down. So I'm not happy with what I did, but boy, it could have been worse. I'll take it, okay? That's a little precursor as to what's to come down the line. But first and foremost, I'm being rude. Thank you for joining me here on Winners and Losers tonight. Got a lot to get to, and I want to thank you guys for tuning in this late. Again, I apologize, but as I always say, because you know I'm always late as it is anyway, but as I always say, even late, still great. So I'm going to bring the heat tonight, as always, as I only know how to do, and I thank you guys for being a part of the show tonight. If you haven't already done so, subscribe to the Louie T Network. We got great content here. We're changing the game slowly, bit by bit, piece by piece. We building a bully over here. We building a monster, and it's because of viewers like you that we're allowed to do that. And so I want to thank you for coming out. Subscribe to Louie T Network if you haven't already done so. What are you waiting on? This is a movement. This train is really starting to go full head of steam. You want to get on before this thing takes off. I got a number of different social media platforms. They're all in the description below in this video. So check that out. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. Like the Facebook page. If you want to donate to the Louie T Network, this is how you do it, via PayPal. That is the link there. The link is also in the discussion. as well. So if you're looking to donate and help this channel take that next step, that's the way to do so. And again, I could care less how big or how small. I appreciate them all. Like I said, I actually had a donation that was 10 cents. Okay. Give what you can give. If you can give, I appreciate it greatly. And so with that being said, let's get to the proceedings this evening, man. We got a lot to discuss. Got to give out the week 4 picks. Still haven't looked at the picks yet, the games or anything. So I'm going to wing it. I probably need to start looking at the picks, though, especially after what happened to me last week. And I got to grow some balls. And I'm here to say that last week I'm disappointed in myself because there were 2 games in particular that I knew were going to go the way that they ended up going, and I didn't listen to my gut. And that's the difference between me making an impact this week and not. And so that's what I get for not having the balls to pull the trigger on games that I felt confident about. And look, scared money don't make money. You know the rules to the game, then play. I had to pay because I didn't play the game the right way. And one last thing before we get started. If you're going to leave your picks in the discussion tab on the Louie T Network channel, there's no editing. Okay, I don't want to see edit. All right, if I see the word edited next to your picks, I'm docking you a game. All right, so let the record reflect that I said this on this show. Moving forward, there's no editing your picks. If you want to make an alteration to a pick that you made, I don't want to pick the Vikings. I want to pick the Packers. That's fine. You do it underneath your comment. So you respond to your own comment and you change the pick there. That way I know that you didn't come back and edit because it doesn't tell me the time that you edited the pick. So I can't know for sure if after Thursday Night Football you didn't come back, rearrange the picks to make it seem like you didn't come back and throw the Thursday night winner in there and you had lost it before. I don't want to see that. So all I'm telling you right now, and you can't say that you weren't warned, and if you didn't watch this video and you do it, I can't feel sorry for you. It's not my fault that you didn't watch the video and you didn't get the instructions. But from here on out, I'm telling you, I'm warning you. Do not edit your picks. If you want to make a change, you do it below your picks. After you've hit that submit button, that enter button, they're in, it's final. You go underneath that comment. That comment is done. You go underneath that comment as long as it's in a timely fashion. You go underneath that comment and I can see when that comment was posted and I'll know, okay, he got that in before the deadline. He's fine. Okay, if you want to go back and change it, it's fine. Just don't edit your picks once you've done it. Once that comment is posted, don't edit it. Edit the put a new post underneath the one responding to your first one, letting me know the change that you want to make or the swap that you want to make. Sound fair? Great. With that being said, if you're out there and you want to comment, use the hashtag LouieTLive to have your voice heard at the end of this breakdown. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get to the winners first. I'm going to read some of your comments because last week what happened is I just went winners, losers, then got to your comments. And by the time I got to your comments, a lot of your comments were no longer there. So we're going to go winners, comments, losers, comments, and then we're going to get into the picks for the week. So with that being said, let's do it. Let's jump into winners and losers week 3 edition heading into week number 4. So let's see where we stand after 3 weeks of football. We start with the winners. And I'm here to tell you that not a lot of these here. And I must say, there were some impressive totals. With the way the games went, some of these numbers that some of these guys were able to post, remarkable. Nothing short of remarkable. Don't even know how they were able to do it. And that leads me to my first entry of one Travis Barker. And you see the fire emoji. His picks were hot this week. Feeling hot, hot, hot. That man was on fire this week. He's a first-time entry. And so Travis Barker, I don't know how he went 12-4, but he did it. Damn it, man. He was the best this week. And I must say, that is impressive. I refuse to give him 100% credit for what he did because this is his first time. And as we all know, I've seen it so many times, and I've said this a number of times, and today is proof. This week's NFL action is proof that you can do it once. Can you do it twice? Can you do it 3 times? I've seen first week magic, okay? And in the second week, your picks are tragic, all right? I've seen it happen before, so I want to see if this guy can score some more. So that is outstanding. 12-4. God damn it, man. How the hell did you manage that? That's some good ass picking there, brother. And so nothing but hats off to my man Travis Barker for being the best here on the Louie T Network's winners and losers. He was the biggest winner in week number 3. And the rest of the people on the winner's side of things, hey, look, hats off to you as well. We start with Ep.17.4, 11-5 on the week, and that's outstanding. Again, 12-4, that's crazy talk. 11-5, again, I don't know how you managed to get 11 out of this week. I thought the most we would see would be 10-6. I didn't envision anyone going 11-5. I didn't envision anyone going 12-4 because 12-4 meant you had to have at least 1 or 2 of the following, probably 2 of the following. In any combination, you had to have at least Jacksonville, Chicago, Buffalo, or let's see another game that we just didn't expect that we got as a result. Jets. You had to have one of those 4 teams. You had to have at least, to go 12-4, you probably had 2 of those teams. Chicago, Jacksonville, Jets, and Chicago, the Jets. So Bears, Jets, Bills, or Jags. You had to have 2 of those 4 teams. In conjunction with not making a mistake and slipping up and picking a San Francisco or slipping up and picking a Detroit. You had to pretty much be clean the remainder of the way. That's a hell of a week. 11-5, same deal. You had to have at least 1 of those games correct, just 1. And then you had to be clean the rest of the way. And again, it wasn't easy to be clean the rest of the way because you had to not pick the Oakland Raiders. You had to not pick the New York Giants, which I understand they were an 0-2 team, but I told you they were going to give it a run. They almost stole that football game. You had to pick the Tennessee Titans, which most of you did. You had to pick a lot of games that you didn't know, you weren't sure about, but you had to get just about everything else correct. Also, New Orleans, you can throw them in there as an upset. Another one of those games that you had to get at least 2 out of those 5 correct to go 12-4, and 11-5, you had to at least get 1 of those correct. So phenomenal job by both of those gentlemen. As we continue on, we're not done with the winners, but we're done with the elite winners. Now you get into the 10-6 range. X Final Gaming, look, still 10-6. God damn it, I would have took 10-6 this week again. I thought that was going to be hard to obtain for most of us, and still 3 people managed to get it. X Final Gaming, phenomenal job getting 10 wins in double digits. Again, I don't know how you guys were able to navigate through the trash that was week 3. I mean, again, Carolina goes down to New Orleans, a winless team. You've got the Jets winning against the Dolphins. That's family business, much like Carolina, New Orleans, family business. Those don't shock me, but I still wasn't expecting those outcomes. Bears and Steelers, really, stop it. That's nonsense. I thought the Bills, that's the one that really pissed me off. I thought the Bills could win that game. I should have picked the Bills. I told you I thought the Bills were going to win, and I didn't stick to my gut. That one made me sick to my stomach. The Jags over in London destroying the Ravens. Again, I didn't see that coming. I mean, you got me. Hands up. You got me. I mean, a lot of these outcomes, Bears beating the Steelers, nope, never, didn't see that one. I knew it was going to be a close game. I told you. I said, this is going to be a close game, but the Steelers are going to find a way to win. Nope, they didn't. And the Bears tried to give it away. They tried, but the Steelers just, they weren't ready to take the gift that the Bears were offering. And so, wow, 10-6, that's phenomenal. BK Soldier 2010, 10-6, again, phenomenal. I'm floored at how you guys were able to get double digits. To all of you, and I'm going to throw in my last winner of the week, Hawk. 10-6 for him as well. Hey, I bow to all of y'all, man. I bow to y'all. Everyone except Travis Barker, who was the best this week, because I got to see him again. All the rest of y'all have done this before. You've sent me picks before. I know what y'all are about. Hawk has probably been the most consistent thus far. I don't think he's had a week yet where he hasn't hit double digits. And for that, I say salute to my man Hawk for being right now the most consistent, I think, of any of us making these picks here on Winners and Losers. This was a very difficult week to get double digits. And all of the people you see, and look, I had over 50, close to 60 entries this week, and only 5, count them, 5 people are in the winner's circle. That's elite company right there. You should feel very, very rewarded here. You should take big time gratification out of being one of 5 to go double digits in a week where it seemed damn near impossible. This was a funky week. And for you guys to go double digits, 12-4, ridiculous, 11-5, goddamn, that's good picking. 10-6, that's extraordinary, guys. Honestly, I salute. I salute to y'all, man. Job well done. I won't say that to y'all too many times because I'm a hater. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a hater. When I don't win, I'm not happy. But I got to give it up, man. This week was garbage. And somehow you were able to navigate through the trash and get double digits. I bow. Salute to y'all. So let's get to y'all comments quickly before we move on to the losers. And hey, it's a lot of us that didn't get it done. So no doubt. Andrew Kim says, rough week this week. Hopefully I bounce back, but I made some risky plays in week 4. All right. But week 4, I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know what to make of it. I can't wait to lay eyes on these games so I can start making some selections. I got to bounce back, too. I feel like you, AK. Got to bounce back. Reese says, what's up, man? Looking forward to getting the sour taste out of our mouth on Sunday. Yeah, that was really disappointing to see y'all go out there and let Case Keenum lace y'all the way that he did. Pepe, the YouTuber, says, you were right when I said I wouldn't replicate this week. Hey, look, man. Last week, I don't know if y'all remember the last thing I said last week, but the last thing I said to you was it wouldn't shock me if my picks were 8-8. This was an 8-8 type of week, and lo and behold, 8-8 for most of us. A lot of us were 8-8. A lot of us 9-7, and dare I say, a lot of y'all went below the Mendoza line. Man, I can't rock with you. I don't know what that's like. I don't do that. I'm doing well, Ree. I'm doing really well. What about yourself, man? Everything good in your neck of the woods, man? I hope it is. I know you had a little bit of a displacement there in terms of power and things of that nature. Hope everything's good with you, man. Everything is A-OK on my end of things. Thanks for asking. Jaleel says, what a beautiful week for picks. Yeah, it absolutely was not a beautiful week for picks, man. It was tough on us prognosticators. People that champion themselves as prognosticators of the highest level and highest degree. We didn't meet that bar this week. And that's disappointing for me because I don't care what the circumstances are. I don't make excuses. Just get the job done. And I didn't do that this week. BE says, ha, 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 ha. I think he is talking about me. I edited a pick. I put the Redskins thinking I put the Raiders, so I edited to put the Raiders, LOL. I'm not just talking about you. You weren't the only one that did it. A lot of people hit the edit button. I'm just telling you, no edit buttons from here on out. You want to make a correction to a pick that you may want to take back or something you want to change, you just do it below your comment. You weren't the only one. So I wasn't singling you out, BE. There were a lot of people who did that. Cloud says, this week will be more easier than last. You got to think so. There's no way. There's no way it could be any worse. You can't get those many upsets in one week. That just doesn't happen in the NFL. There's no way. I can't see it happening, man. BE says, 12-4. He is he from the future? How the hell did you go 12-4 and have a week like we did in week 3? That's what I want to know. I'm like, how in the hell did you I almost said, did he cheat? But no, he didn't cheat. Those picks were there long before I put in the comment, anything after this comment is late and therefore you docked Thursday night. Those picks were there long before that. He didn't cheat. I was like, unreal. I read his picks like 5 times because I was floored. Like, no way he only got 4 wrong. Did I write down the wrong picks? No, he went 12-4. God damn it. He was outstanding. The Black L.A.B says, don't forget the Seahawks game. That wasn't an upset to me. Just about everyone. If let's just go with the premise, and I had more. Let's just go with the premise that I had 60 entries this week. Of the 60 entries, probably 45 to 50 people picked Tennessee. Like, I think I sold a lot of you on the fact that the Titans were going to win that game. And I told you I believe in the Titans, and I fully expected them to win. And I told you Seattle was having a problem scoring. And they had a problem scoring early in that game. They tried to ratchet it up in the second half. And by the time they looked up, it was 30-14. And they ended up losing the game 33-27. So not a lot of people picked Seattle. So that I wouldn't classify that as an upset. Squints1 says, did you make the standings yet? I sure did. And the first release of the standings will be tonight. And that was another reason why it took so long setting all of that up. So you'll get your first opportunity to lay eyes on the overall standings for this season. And so, excuse me, we will get to that a little bit later on. Make sure if you want your comment to be read, you use the hashtag LouieTLive. Weird week, Lou. I'm still convinced you'll hop on the Bucks train before season's end. You got to sell me, man. Your guys... You're too iffy right now. I told you, of the young teams out there, the 3 teams that I consider young, up and coming, that have an opportunity to do big things this year, I think a lot of people do, are the Bucks, the Eagles, and the Titans. Of that group, the Titans are the ones that I think are ready. The other 2, I think they're going to fade as the season wears on. We'll see. Isaac Snook says, in fantasy, who should I start, Thielen or Fitz? If I'm you, I never bench the receivers in Minnesota. Never bench Thielen. Never bench Diggs. Those guys are money every week. I wouldn't bench either one of those dudes. The Mister says, this isn't what I had in mind for a debut. The NFL done effed me this week. I'll stop the list this week. He said, I'll be stopped the list this week. We'll see. Hawk says, thank you, Louie T. I hope I keep up the double digits, man. You've been outstanding early in this season. I'm trying to get like you, man. Trying to get like you. Hirsch Patel says, here comes the roast. Hey, Hirsch, you a funny dude too, man. Because in week 2, you sent me a picture. You said, they called me the young gun. And then he said, all right, man, don't nobody call me that. In week 3, after I came after you for that, you said, no, nobody really called me that, man. Hey, you a funny dude, man. You had me laughing. You had me weak, man. Anyway, let's get to these losers, man. We let the losers worry about losing, and so it's time for the losers to worry about losing here on the program. So let's do that right now, man. Here we go. So you start out with the cats that came close, man. They were almost in pick heaven, but they went 9-7. So we're going to start with the 9-7 cats this week. And you start with Vegeta's dark side. Gave it a run. You know, what can you do? You came up 1 short, and it could have been a multitude of games. You could have picked Arizona to try to get you over the top, and they didn't get it done. You could have picked a number of teams. I mean, you could have been one of the foolish ones that went with Seattle instead of Tennessee, and that did you in. You could have went with Oakland. A lot of people got done in by the Raiders this week, and so that could have been you, stopping you from double digits. Either way, 9 is not 10, and you're still a loser. So close, but as a wise woman once told me, almost doesn't count, almost doesn't count. So no, you're still not a winner. Neither is Eduardo O'Neal, who also went 9-7. And again, you hate coming that close and then being denied. And again, a number of games could have been the reason as to why. Like I've said before, And I said earlier in this show, be content with what you did, because you could have easily been 7-9, because most people picked the Patriots to win. They should have lost. Most people picked Green Bay to win. They should have lost. So you could have easily been 7-9. So count your blessings and be fortunate that you were able to get those wins and keep you above the Mendoza line. So Pepe, the YouTuber, same deal. All right. You were hot last week. I said follow it up with more heat. And instead, you came with some lukewarm nonsense. And again, this is why I say I can't give the first timers a lot of love. Even though Travis Barker lit it up, like I said, I've seen first week magic turn to week 2 tragic. Picks all the time. It happens here. And 9-7 isn't tragic. It's just not good enough to get it done in double digits land. And so you're still not a winner. So 9-7, although you're the best of the worst, you're still part of the worst. So don't take solace in being 9-7. You still didn't win. Sad Colts fan. Great name, first and foremost. First time sending me picks. Awesome name. And you also had sad picks as well. So 9-7, not bad, but you're still sad because you didn't get double digits. So again, love the name. I'd love your name even more if you had better picks. So a little bit of advice. Don't be like your favorite team. Be better. Make better picks. And so if you picked your favorite team, which hopefully you did, you got to win. Good for you. If you didn't, good for you, because it made sense not to pick them. I told you they were going to win. It's never okay to pick Cleveland on the road. When the Browns win, it's going to be at home. Okay? That's a fact. And I don't know why Vegas tricked a lot of you into thinking that Cleveland was going to win that game. Why? Who told you that the Browns were good enough to go win on the road? And I told you Jacoby Brissett, not that bad. You had to find out firsthand. A lot of you did. Andrew Trigg said he was coming for Andrew Kim. Not so fast, my friend. 9-7, not gonna do it. Not gonna get it done. Don't call out the big dogs, okay? Don't call out the big dogs or they're gonna have to bite you. Now, I'm not saying AK lit it up this week, but AK is the big dog. He's at the top of the food chain. Can't come calling out the big dogs and then you want to slide in a 9-7 under the radar. Nah, that ain't how we do it here. You don't get to slide in under the radar at 9-7. You get called out for calling out cats at 9-7. Step your game up, Andrew T. Because Andrew K, I'm just letting you know, this man does this for real, okay? Watch your mouth, Andrew Trigg. Watch your mouth. 9-7. Not very good. Not very good at all. Squints. 1. Almost got it done. But you didn't get it done. And we squints 1. We want you to get double digits. But you didn't. Damn it. Almost. Maybe next time. You're coming close, man. You're coming really close. Weren't you close in week 1, 2? Then I think you bounce back in week 2. Everybody bounced back in week 2. Well, I didn't have to bounce back. You don't bounce back when you're already there. You know, I was already there, but you bounced back in week 2. But everybody bounced back that hadn't been exceptional in week 1. And then now you're back down to the ranks of the losers again. Come on, Squint. Come on. Get it done. Don't be like your Chargers. Be better. Much like I told sad Colts fan, don't succumb to your team's misery. Rise above. Be better. 9-7, not good enough. Inevitable consequence. I talked about this last week. I said it's inevitable that you will make some bad picks. And the consequence for bad picks is that I'm going to talk about your ass on the program. So your name is a perfect setup for your failure on this show. Because there is an inevitable consequence for poor picks. It lands you in the loser circle. Now, I'm not one to talk this week. because I'm with you guys. I'm a loser just like you. The only difference is when we look at the standings a little bit later on, I still get to look down my nose, and I got a pretty big nose. So I still get to look down my nose at all you losers underneath me. So I can afford a little off week. Andrew Kim can afford a little bit of an off week because we get it done. Inevitable consequence? Not so much. So, I'm going to tell you, like I told Squints one and Sad Colts fan, I'm going to tell you the same thing. Be better. Or there's an inevitable consequence waiting on your ass. And it's called being a loser. So we go on to the next one. Magic 4413. Damn it, man. First time up, and you struck out. At least you foul tipped a couple, though. You didn't just stand up there, take 3 strikes, and go back to the dugout. You fought. You battled. But you still struck out. Guess what? In the stat sheet, it doesn't say, man, 13 pitch account, 13 pitch batting account. It doesn't say that. He didn't go up there and swing at a bunch of pitches, and he battled. It just says strikeout. 0 for 2, or in your case, 0 for 1 with a K. That's what it says. Doesn't say, man, he had a 13 pitch at bat. He worked that pitch count 13 times. He was up there swinging and missing, getting a piece of the ball. Nope, just says you struck out. You didn't have any magic this week. Try again. Dust yourself off and try again. Dust yourself off and try again. Try again. Try again. Try again, man. Maybe you'll have better luck. Or maybe you'll have magic next week. Or not. Big John. 64-58. Big John's been hot to start the season off. So I'm going to go a little easy on Big John because he's been pretty steady this year thus far. This was his worst week to date. At 9-7 in a week where it was tough, I'm going to cut Big John a little bit of slack, man. He didn't get it done this week, but Big John has gotten it done for the most part this season. He was in the winner's circle the first 2 weeks. So I'm going to cut him a little slack because this was a really rough and brutal week, and he only fell short by 1 game. So I'm going to cut Big John some slack because he's been holding it down thus far this season. Carmen Rana, I told you this is a guy that is extremely inconsistent. It would not shock me if he went 13-3 next week. Wouldn't shock me one bit. Because that's what he does. He'll go 12-4 one week. He'll go 8-8 the next week. He'll go 9-7 the week after that, and then he'll jump back up to 12-4. That's Carmen Rana for you, man. This was a 9-7 week for him. And he's going to be around. You know, usually he doesn't do too bad. Sometimes he'll step outside the box and try to pick some out there games, and it'll come back to haunt him. But for the most part, he does a really good job of kind of staying steady. Never too low, but he's not a guy that's going to hang around the double-digit range all the time. He's not going to light you up with a 12, a 10, an 11, a 10, a 10, and another 11, and then drop down to 8. He's going to hit you with a 12, a 8, a 9, another 8, then another 12, then another 8, then an 11, then a 10, then an 8, then an 8, then a 6. You're like, whoa, where'd that 6 come from? That's my man Carmen Rana. But 9-7, not bad, but it ain't good. 8-ball NFL. So this week you didn't have the answers. You didn't rub the 8-ball and it didn't tell you the right picks. 9-7, not good enough. But you haven't been that bad yet. But 8-ball NFL, I told you your name gives off the impression that you know what the hell you're talking about. And I told you, because of your name, you're going to get some extra flack if you weren't holding it down. And so when you come with a name, 8-ball NFL, and it sounds like this guy knows what he's talking about, and then you dropping 9-7 duds on us, I got a problem with that, bruh. Okay? You're going to have to step your game up, man. All right? And I can't wait till we get 2 or 3 more weeks down the road so we can really start separating. The good prognosticators can start pulling away and separating from all you clowns out there that's making garbage picks week in and week out. And I think 8-ball NFL, when it's all said and done, he's going to be one of those guys that we're going to pull away from. We're going to be looking back and we're going to say, man, he started out good, but he ain't real. He's all right, but he's not real. We're going to find out. I think you're a fraud, 8-ball NFL. And 9-7 sounds a little sketchy to me. Dark Seal of 1995. I like Dark Seal of 1995. Really smart guy. Watches the league, has some good points, some good takes. But obviously he's not watching close enough. Because he went 9-7 this week. And again, it's a tough week. Tough for everybody except the Big Five. We're going to call them the Fab Five. Big week for them. Not so big for the rest of us. But in any event, 9-7, like I said, I'm going to cut some of you guys a little bit of slack because it was such a wacky week. And 9-7 isn't that bad when it comes to just missing out. But the key word in there, the key phrase is missing out. You still weren't good enough. You see the caption over the top of all of these picks says losers. So take it for what it's worth. We got more 9-7s to come. J Moo. J Moo is a regular here. So he's another guy that usually is consistent somewhere in that 8 to 10 range just about every week. Every now and again, he'll slide in an 11, but for the most part, he's pretty consistent. Nothing's as good as it seems. Nothing as bad as it seems. Somewhere in between, reality falls. He's that reality falls guy. Somewhere in between, that's where you'll find J Moo in his picks. And this week, he was somewhere in between. He was at 9-7. In between 10-6 and 8-8, he was 9-7. The Black L.A.B. And I apologize. Last week, I said the Black L.A.B. picked the Saints over the Patriots. And he made sure to let me know I did not. I repeat, I did not pick the Saints. Don't be out there giving out false information about my picks, making me sound crazy. I apologize, man. That being said, don't make me apologize. Don't ask me. Don't correct me and then go 9-7. Okay? If you're going to correct me, go 10-6. Say, hey, come correct with my damn picks. I'm a winner. You remember Any Given Sunday? When Shark LeVay took the shot in that last game? And he says, don't y'all drop me. I'm worth $1 million. He made that tackle, got that $1 million signing bonus, that bonus, that accelerator that kicked in. I feel the same way about the Black L.A.B. Don't you be talking about my picks. I'm a winner. Nah, you ain't no goddamn winner. You a loser. You went 9-7. So if you're going to come for me, you're going to tell me, hey, man, don't be speaking on my picks like that. Then you better win. You didn't win. Get it together, man. Get it together. Mr. Silent Nation, I told you about these first-timers coming in here trying to represent and how I'm not impressed. And I said, Mr. Silent Nation, don't be silent. Give me them loud picks, man. I want to hear them. And he said, nah, shh. Don't tell nobody about my picks. Let me slide under the radar at 9-7, man. Don't let the nation know about my picks. I want to stay silent. Hell no, you can't stay silent. Make better picks. Make better picks. Put your ass on blast. When you come to the loser side of things, nobody's safe. Not even me, Louie T. I deserve to get smacked the hell out of this week for my picks. And so do you. Because you didn't win, neither did I. But that's besides the point. At the end of the day, I'm going to win. When it's all said and done at the end of the season, when we get to the most prolific prognosticator, I will be it. And I'm going to be loud and proud, not silent, like Mr. Silent Nation and his 9-7 losing ways. Isaac Schnook. Don't you get tired of being mediocre, Isaac? Don't you get tired of being mediocre? Just missing out. I'm not sure if you scored last week. Everybody scored last week. What am I saying? You didn't score in week 1. Did you even play in week 1? I don't think you did. In any event, Isaac Schnook. Tell you right now, 9-7, that ain't gonna cut it. Even in a week where there's a ton of upsets, you smell like a 9-7 specialist. We got a name for you. We call people like you losers. You smell like a loser to me, Isaac Schnook. Prove me wrong. Make better picks. I think this is where you're going to be for the majority of the season. Don't quote me on this. Matter of fact, quote me on that. You'll be on the loser side of things more than you'll be on the winner side. I believe that firmly. And I have no proof of why I feel this way. I just do. We'll see. Young Mello. I feel like you're supposed to be better. Maybe we can trade you like the Knicks traded Carmelo and trade you to the winner side of things. That's not how we do things around here. We don't trade losers to winning teams. You got to earn your way over there. So Melo, my good fellow, step your game up, all right? Tighten it up. Or as my high school coach used to say, get your ass in gear. So that's going to do it for the 9-7 crew over here. Hey, look, we separate the losers, but at the end of the day, they all losers. We all losers this week. I hate saying we and losers in the same sentence. I don't like lumping myself in with losers, but that's what you got to do when you don't get it done. And speaking of which, this next set of prognosticators, these the type of cats that will smile in your face and tell you everything is great, even though they picks was average and they went 8-8. That's right, the 8-8 crew. You know how they do. They smiling in your face all the time. They want to take your place. These are the backstabbers. Average as hell, but thinking they shit is sweet. We start with the king of the hill. Still at the top of the mountain, my man Andrew Kim. Wasn't a great week for AK. I'm not mad at AK. AK is still at the top of the food chain. And until someone knocks him off, he's been pretty consistent. This was his first slip up. Everyone gets one. So I will give him a little bit of leeway. All right? You're not going to get much more from me. And I already told you I'm coming for your ass. I'm upset because I blew a golden opportunity to bypass you. You gave me an opportunity to go around you. You tried to take the inside track, and I said, I'm going to take the outside, and I'm going to go around, and I dropped the ball, man. I had an opportunity to go around you and take first place, and I didn't want it. So you still remain number one. But don't worry. I'm coming. My man, Sean Mack. Return of the Mack. Oh, yeah. Return of the Mack. Sean Mack. 8-8. Sean Mack is the epitome of inconsistency. Love the guy to death. But I can always trust in Sean Mack either hitting the average zone or going below to a place that is never safe. I don't even want to talk about it because I was close. And when you look down there, you see your eyes, you see your life flash before your very eyes. When you look down there at them losers who couldn't even get it over the Mendoza line. And so 8-8, in a week like this, I think Sean Mack would take it. Everyone wants to be better, but at the end of the day, you could be worse. And like I said, at 8-8, you could have had the Packers. They could have lost. You could have had the Patriots. They could have lost. You could have been 6-10. So, while it could be bad, while it is bad, it could be worse. Jim Hoover. You can't send me your picks for the first time and go 8-8. Jim Hoover lived up to his name. Because what do Hoovers do? They suck. That's right. Those Hoover vacuums do a hell of a job of sucking up the dirt on my carpet. And Jim Hoover did a great job of sucking with his picks. Don't be a super Hoover doodle stain remover. Ha ha. Yo, Chief, pass the Buddha. Or pass me some better goddamn selections. That's what you can do. 8-8. First damn time sending me picks. Gotta be kidding me. Robbie Sohal. My man Robbie got the nerve to say, hey, you forgot my picks last week. No, you forgot to post your damn picks last week. And don't you know the funniest thing is when cats tell you, you forgot my picks and I went 13-3 last week. Yeah, right, okay. Now, last week, I probably would have believed you anyway, because a lot of people went 13-3, 12-4, 14-2 last week. So I probably would believe you, but that's the standard line when you don't send me your picks. Yeah, you didn't get my picks last week, but I went 11-5. I went 12-4. Right. Right. Hey, Robbie. Stop lying, man. You see what you did this week? That's what your ass probably did last week. 8-8. You probably went 8-8 last week. I ain't even gonna mess with you because I get down with you, man. You've been sending me your picks for the longest, so I ain't even gonna kill you today, Robbie. But that was your first time sending me your picks this year. You are out of line for that. But in any event, Colton Campbell, 8-8. I tell you what, Colton, I don't think he's been terrible. Let me check the archives real quick. I don't think he's been that bad this year. Yes, he has. I'm lying. That man been funky this year. He barely made it last week. 10-6. You're going to be funky this year, Colton. I'm going to let you know right now. This mediocre nonsense you've been doing the last 2 weeks, you barely got by when everybody was eating last week. You barely got by. But you got a dub. I'm not going to take that away from you. A win's a win here on Winners and Losers. But you've been real mediocre, man. And you know what mediocre dudes do? They sink. Because they picks stink. I'm about to rise on y'all. Like yeast. I'm about to take off. And I think cats like Colton Campbell, they about to sink like they got an anvil attached to their damn ankles. I don't like the direction you going in, bruh. 10-6 last week, 8-8 this week, 6-10 next week. That's what I'm calling from. That's what you looking like. Game recognized game, you don't look familiar at all. I don't think I've ever seen you before. Do W2 Elite Atlas. First time sending me pics this year. He sent me pics last year. But this ain't last year. This is a new year. And you starting out the gate 8-8. You might want to start over and try again, man. You might want to do that. Because you showing up 8-8 right out the gate. That's trash, man. That's garbage. And for some of y'all who made last week your first week, that's tough. It's a tough week to make it your first. But at least you ain't coming last. But like I said earlier, there's no solace in looking down your nose at the next man. You're still a loser. Y'all still on the same sheet. Y'all still on the same graphic. Right? Be better, man. Get your weight up. Hirsch Patel. My man Hirsch. The young gun. The young gunner. You know I'm not going to ever let that one go, right? That man came up. He said, this is my first time. You know what they call me? They call me the young gun. I'm about to show y'all how it's done. And then that man proceeded. Let me check the archives last week. Let me see what this man did last week. And then he proceeded to go. Let's see. What did he do last week? And then he proceeded to go 10-6. That man said they call me the young gun. Well, your gun ain't had no damn bullets in it. That thing either jammed up or it was empty. And you shot more blanks this week. And then he came back. He said, all right, man, you got me. Nobody call me the young gun. Hey, I love your honesty, man. I can appreciate that. I really can. I really do, man. But that's the sign of a man that knows I effed up. I lied. Don't try to make yourself sound better than what you are, man. Stack these dubs up first, then you can talk trash. That's the name of the game. Get your weight up, all right? Get you some clout. And then you can talk all the trash you want. But until then, fall back, man. Fall back. Stay in your lane. Hirsch. 8-8, man. You gotta be kidding me. I can't believe this. Larry G's the best. Well, you weren't the best this damn week. You weren't the worst. But you damn sure weren't the best, Larry. And again, with a name like that, you better represent. Represent! 8-8 is not representing. That is not the best, Larry. That's mediocre as hell. Some of y'all, that's okay. For some of y'all, Larry, you might be one of them dudes that's okay with being mediocre. You may say, I want to be the best. But deep down inside, you're fine with 8-8. I'm not fine with 8-8. It makes me sick to my stomach. Larry G's the best. Really? All right. Word. Cloud. First time, right? First time? First time? First time? First time. First time. So that's what you about? That's what you gonna do? First time, 8-8? That's how we doing it? We show up and go 8-8? Weren't you talking trash last week? Were you talking trash last week? You might have been talking trash last week. I'm gonna show y'all how it's done. Was that you? That might have been you. I got my eye on you, Cloud. You strike me as another one of these cats, sort of like Isaac Schnook. Gonna be one of these losers up here, man. One of these cats that's like, I'm gonna be better next week, and next week 8-8, 7-9. I'm gonna be better next week, 5-10 the next week. We start getting into bye weeks. I'm gonna be better next week, and then you actually can't be any worse. So by default, you got to be better, but it's still only 7-8. I got my eye on you, Cloud. You come out the gate 8-8. Like shit sweet. Protect 428. That's my homeboy, but he another one of these cats. Hey man, you ain't get my picks last week. No, you ain't post your damn picks last week. Oh yeah, I went 13-3. Show you right. He probably did go 13-3. He has some good weeks in him. And like everybody scored big last week for the most part. Except for some of these cats like Hirsch Patel who went 10-6 last week. Or Colton Campbell who went 10-6 last week. But for the most part, everybody scored big last week. So he might have went 13-3. But in any event, you ain't go 13-3 this week. Average. Early. Turn it up. No, seriously. Turn it up. 8-8 ass. Kanye the God. He came out the gate smoking. Let me look at it. I think he's got some good numbers thus far, man. He came out the gate smoking, I think. Or am I smoking for thinking he was smoking? Yeah, he came out the gate firing last week. He went 14-2 last week. I said, good God almighty. That young man is killing. But that was his first week. And what I tell you about these first week cats, man, don't trust them. Can't win with them. Won't win with them. Told you about them boys. Them first week cats coming in thinking they shit is sweet. Fronting like they doo-doo don't stink. Nah, we know your shit stink. We know your picks stink. Talking about his picks smell like mint julep. More like asshole. 8-8. After 14-2. That's the real you. Kanye the God. Brown shoe T2. Back where you belong. You started out good. I was like, wait a minute. Did this guy go 10-5 in week 1? He sure did. I said, man, that was luck. Because you be funky most of the time. And even he said to himself, he said, damn, I started out good. One thing I can say, I'm proud of you for not picking your Cincinnati Bengals this week. Because you were talking reckless up around game time. We're going to win this game. And damn it, you were close. But I told you to stop picking your boys because y'all stink. And you took heed and you realized us on the road versus Packers probably not going to win. And you didn't win, but you should have won. But that's what bad teams do. They find ways to lose. And you would have been 7-9 had you picked your boys. So good for you. You're starting to learn. And you're one of the biggest homers I know. So that gives me a pause for encouragement. That maybe, just maybe, you'll be able to turn it around. Not your Bengals. I'm talking about you. Your Bengals might actually lose to the Browns this week. Nah, y'all ain't going to lose this week. I don't think. I got to look at that game. I got to see where it's at. But in any event, you're back where you belong. You're a mediocre to below average picker of games. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. You're right where you belong. Get comfortable, man. Put your feet up on the sofa. You'll be here for a while. Jaleel. Let me look at Jaleel because I thought Jaleel had started out well, and I think he's been funky the last couple of weeks. Let me take a look at Jaleel real quick because Jaleel one of them cats that, let's see, Jaleel was 13-3 last week. All right, I'm going to cut Jaleel a little bit of slack. Not showing up like you Mr. Big Stuff Who do you think you are? Jaleel, Mr. Big Stuff? You never gonna get my respect going 8-8 after posting 13-3 in your first week. Told y'all about these young cats coming in here with these picks one time thinking that they gonna shine. I need to see consistency. And they coming back with 8-8. How many times I done said that this show already? These cats that lit it up last week, first time. And they want to come back with 8-8. Like that's cool. Nah, that ain't cool. He's a damn fool if you think that's cool. A lot of y'all cats that's coming in here with y'all picks. See, that freshman year, y'all come in here with that pick, that freshman week, that jump be lovely. Then that sophomore jinx hit your ass hard. Now y'all looking like, damn, this shit ain't as easy as I thought. Right. Caleb Hazard. Your picks are hazardous. 8-8. Let me look and see what he talking about. I think his pick's been funky all along. He strikes me as one of them dudes that might have made it just barely last week at 10-6. Let's see if I'm right. No, he was 12-4 last week. But once again, another one of these cats. First time sending me picks last week. I'm just sweeping all y'all young cats under the rug, man. All y'all young gunners that was firing all kinds of bullets last week, hitting your target, couldn't miss. Damn, you take the goggles off, you bring the paper all the way down. You look at it like, damn, man, you ain't missed none of the targets. This week, you bring the paper down, damn, you ain't hit none of the targets. Y'all cats funny, man. I can't rock with y'all. We on to the next. RJ West. Pick should have went east instead of west. Or maybe south or north. Anywhere but west. Wake up, Mr. West. Mr. West, wake your ass up. We got to make picks tomorrow. Hey, RJ, man. Get your mind right, man. Wash your face, all right? You need to wash your face if you think 8-8 is cool, man. It's not. And you're as cold as ice. You're willing to sacrifice. That's right. Your man Louie T, cold as ice. My picks were cold-blooded. 8-8, man. And I took one for my skins, which I have no problems doing. I do it 10 times out of 10. If that was the pick that knocked me below the Mendoza line, so be it. I was willing to take it for the fellas. Took it right on the chin. I'm not worried about that. I counted that one into the loss column. I accounted for that loss. The ones that I go to sleep seeing in my dreams, in my nightmares actually. That Buffalo game, boy, that pissed me off. I should have picked the damn Bills, and I told y'all they were going to win that goddamn game. Damn it! Knew they were going to win. They're a tough team at home. I knew it. That's the one that got away this week. That's the one. I also told y'all the Jets are going to win a game this year. Said, look, the Jets stink. We all know this. But I said, what did I tell you? Do y'all remember what I told y'all? I said the Jets are going to win a game, and it's going to be at home against somebody in the division. Either Buffalo or Miami. And look what they did. Smoked the damn Dolphins. I knew that shit was coming. I should have picked the Cowboys. I had picked too many road teams, and that's my fault. I picked the wrong road teams. And I said, I've already picked 6 road teams. That's too many. Can't do it. Should have never picked Buffalo. Should have never picked Denver. That should have allowed me to pick the Cowboys. I effed that up too. But beyond that, the one that hurt me the most was that Detroit game. Because that one shook me to my core because I thought I had it. I'm watching these two amazing games that I had on my screen. The craziness that was going on in Chicago with the Steelers and the Bears. That one was in overtime. And then I'm watching the Eagles and the Giants as the Eagles are lining up to kick their 61-yard game-winning field goal. And I look in the corner of the Chicago-Pittsburgh screen, and I see Lions up. 33. What was it? Lions, I think the score was, what that game end up? 32. It was 32-30. They hadn't kicked the extra point yet. And I looked down there and I said, let's go, Detroit, let's go. And then I saw it again, and it was still 32. I said, hey, wait a minute. I'm a professional football watcher. I've been doing this for a long time. Why the hell is the score still 32? Are you reviewing something? Don't piss me off. And then I got kind of glued and fixated on the games because they were meeting their end. And I finally looked back down and they lost the goddamn game. They were reviewing it, and it turned out they lost the game. No excuses, man. I went 8-8. My picks were garbage. I stunk it up this week, and I got to be better, man. I'm disappointed in myself, and it won't happen again. I can assure you, it's going to happen at some point again where I'm not going to be on the winner's side. But I don't want to go lower than 9-7. And these bye weeks are about to start kicking in, so we're not going to have 16 games anymore. So I got to find a way to get double digits. This is unacceptable for me. For some of y'all, it's okay. For me, it's not. But we moving on to the cats that want shine, yet they below the Mendoza line. I'm talking about them cats that's 7-9. Money Miz 14. I always take joy in watching this man squirm because he talks so much trash. He's like me. He's just like me. I know a lot of y'all smile from ear to ear when I go 8-8 because I talk a lot of cold, hard cash, man. But you can do that when you back it up on most weeks. And Money Miz, for the most part, he backs his shit up. But it ain't no excuse for 7-9, bro. It's never okay to go below the Mendoza line. Never. Ever okay. I don't give a damn how rough the week is. You won't catch me sleeping with the fishes. Ever. Hey, Paulie. Hey. Go get him. Mikey. Paulie. Go put him in the trunk. Tie him up. Let's take him down by the bay. Hey, Buddy Biz. Bruh, you better than that, man. 7-9 though? That's what we doing? That's how you feeling? Is that what you gonna do this year? Let me know. Cause I'll start loading up the joke clips for your ass. That's what we doing? We going below the Mendoza line this year? Because I got a bunch of jokes waiting for your ass. Let me know. Because normally, you either really good or you really bad. Last year, you were more good than bad. So let me know what's good. I'm waiting. Dr. Furman. I don't know this guy. Newcomer. From the sound of his name, sounds like he's a doctor. I can't make this stuff up. His name's Dr. Furman. Is he really a doctor? Probably not. Maybe he is. Let's just go with the assumption that he is a doctor. That means he fixes people. So you know what you need to do? Fix your goddamn picks, Dr. Furman. Because these shits are broken. Fix them. Get surgical on your damn picks. Scalpel. Sponge. Get surgical on your picks, man. Because these shits are horrible. Dr. Furman. Probably ain't even a damn doctor. Day Co. How many times are we going to have this damn discussion, man? How many times are we going to have this discussion, bro? Huh? How many times are we going to have this discussion? your picks, hell no. Sin de co. 7-9, bro. You know better. You know better. I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to give you a little bit of advice too. You better stop picking your damn Panthers. Your boy's about to start stinking. Team's about to start putting some holes in their ass and leave you stinking behind the garage out back. And if you keep picking your boys, you're going to be back there stinking right along with them. You're going to Foxborough this week. Good luck, bro. If I were you, I wouldn't do it. Wouldn't be proven. 7-9 though. You skating on thin ice. Let me look at your picks. I think you had some shitty picks last week too. Let me look at your picks again. See what you did last week. Let me look again. You skating on thin ice, bro. That's all I'm going to say to you. That's all I'm going to say to you. B.E. say it ain't so, bro. Not you. Not you, B.E. You a veteran. You know better. How could you? How could you be so dirty and devious and nasty like Dirty Dick Dastardly? Pause. These picks put your dick in the dirt. Pause. B.E., how could you pick the Cardinals? You knew y'all won't go win that game. I picked the damn Cardinals. I knew you won't go win that damn game. I said the last thing I said was, I'm gonna regret this. I knew I was gonna regret it. But you know better. You a Cardinals fan. You knew y'all weren't gonna win that damn game. 7-9? Really? B.E., really? Bruh, you better than that. You a veteran too, man. I'm ashamed of you, man. I can't claim you right now. I can't claim you. Tank 3281. Don't know this guy. These picks were not built like a tank. All right, at all. More like a micro machines, little car. We step on his picks 3,281 times. That's how many times we step on Tank's picks. And throw them in the trash while you at it. Or how about we shoot them with your damn tank? Or maybe you're tanking for the worst record in winners and losers. Maybe that's what you're doing. I don't know what the premise is or what your goal was, but maybe you wanted to tank. Tank. If that's the case, you did a hell of a job. If you were trying to win, you're not even close, bro. Not even close. And you a first timer too. Embarrassing. Dark Chief. Bruh. You've been dark as hell. Your picks have been blacked out. You are not even visible in most local markets right now. Your picks have been so dark. They are blacked out. You've been funky all year long. You and Dark Fears Gaming. Dark Fears Fire Gaming. All of y'all dark ass cats, y'all shit is really, really morbid. Like y'all need to brighten y'all shit up. Damn. I think this is going to be your home. You might as well get the remote, get comfortable, get you some chips, get you a nice cold beverage. You ain't going nowhere. You are going to be a fixture on the loser side of things. Put your feet up, put your arms up, recline. You ain't going nowhere. Matter of fact, I'm going to put you in control of the remote. Don't let nobody else touch the remote. You in control of the remote. Since you ain't going nowhere, you hold on to the remote. You run this side of things. I'm putting you in charge of the loser side of things because you're going to be here. You are going to be here. So I'm trusting that you will make sure that There's not utter chaos on this side of things. I'm not going to be over here too often. You know, every now and again, I may peek my head in to just make sure that things are going the way that it's supposed to. But for the most part, I'm going to be on the other side. So I'm putting you in charge. You and Dark Fears Gaming. I'm putting y'all in charge of the loser side of things. Hold it down. Hold it down. Hold it down. Oh, man. Tucktown AZ88. Sound like you're a Cardinals fan. And I'm going to tell you like I told my man BE, stop picking the goddamn Cardinals. That's a recipe for disaster. Stop picking the damn Cardinals. Unless you're going to win the game, like you know, okay, we're playing the 49ers, we're going to win. I think you're playing the 49ers this week. It's funny that I said that. I think you're playing the 49ers this week. You have permission to pick the Cardinals this week. But it wouldn't shock me. Is that game in Arizona? It should be. You played enough road games as it is. That game should be in Arizona. You'll win this week. I think you've been okay thus far. Let me take a look real quick. Let me take a look, see. I think you've been okay, so I ain't going to kill you. Yeah, you were 12-4 last week. I ain't going to kill you. I ain't going to kill you. Be back. Wait, I lied. You were 13-3. But you've been below the Mendoza line, bro. There's something to be said about keeping your head above water. Gotta keep your head up. Keeping your head up. Hard to keep your head up when you down below the Mendoza line. But I will say this. Things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Oh. But I'm gonna tell you this much. Things will not get brighter for you next to Dark Chief. Your shit will be dark as hell. Dark and hell is hot. Stay away from Dark Chief. He is not your friend. Just a little word of advice. Thought I'd pass it on. Smoking Jay. I think this is your first time, man. Your pics look like you're smoking something all right. Maybe you are smoking a J. Maybe. Maybe there's something laced in that J. Maybe a little angel dust. Maybe a little something extra in there. I'd bet the over on that there's something extra in there, in that J of yours. Because you went 7-9. And even though this was a crazy week, no excuse for 7-9. None. No reason to be below the Mendoza line. Doesn't matter how bad it gets. You got to find a way to stay above water. And you didn't. So my advice to you is quit smoking. Put that shit down. Focus on your picks. Vincent Cole. Oh, no. Vincent Cole. You picked the Seahawks, didn't you? Didn't you? I know you picked the Seahawks. Damn it, man. When will you learn? You got to know when to say when. It's one thing to be a fan of your team. Same thing with Squints. Squints could have been 10 wins. If he would have just picked the Chiefs, he knew his team wasn't going to win. And he couldn't put the damn Chargers down. He couldn't put them away. He had to say, one more time, fellas, y'all got to get it done for me. No. You know when your team isn't going to win. Stop believing. Sometimes you got to be honest with yourself. Y'all had scored a total of 19 points going into that Titans game. You really thought you were going to score enough points to beat the Titans on the road? Vince, my man, come on. Stop. Be smart. Don't be a retard. You gonna listen to somebody that smacked D. Barnes? What's wrong? You didn't think I remembered? Temper. Look, I said all of that to say this. Be smart, Vince. You're a smart guy. Make better selections. And if your team is in a disadvantageous situation, do not pick them. I can't stress that enough to all of y'all. Don't pick your team if they're not going to win. All right. Let's move on. So you go from the 79s to the dudes that's not my friend. No kin of mine. Not my friend. Your ass went 6-10. Ouch. I don't know a lot of these dudes. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I said, they not my friend. You went 6-10. Mark Vaughn. First time. Wrong time. It's never a good time to go 6-10. I lied. Never a good time. It's funny because I always say they turned the ball over at the most inopportune time. When is there ever a good time for a turnover? Never. It's never a good time for a turnover. There's never a good time to go 6-10 either. I think his little logo, his icon, his thumbnail next to his name is like a picture of Superman. Well, these picks were far from super. As a matter of fact, picking games is your damn kryptonite. You got to come with a better angle, man. This right here, far from super. Super garbage. All right, Mark, you on the clock. Can't be much worse next week. Or can you? We're going to find out. Very ominous start for you, though. Enrique Valencia. I rock with Enrique, man. He's a Colts fan. His Colts got a win this past week. But I don't rock with cats that go 6-10. I don't know you, bruh. I don't know you. Go that away. Don't I know you from somewhere? From high school? Nah, bruh. Go that away with your 6-10 ass. We can never be friends. Nah, not at all. Not at 6-10. Can never be friends with this next cat either. Bobby Marley. How dare you disgrace the late, great Bob Marley with these garbage picks? Let me tell you what a wise man once told me. One of my good friends said in a reggae rhythm, don't jump in the water if you can't swim. Don't jump in the water if you can't swim, Bobby Marley. These waters are deep. If you need to stand in 4 feet of water to be safe, stay in the shallow end, man. Don't jump in the water if you can't swim. And by your 6-10 outlook, bruh, you can't swim. Stay in the shallow end, man. That's a little word of advice from me. I'm going to pass it on. Wise man pass it to me, I'm going to pass it to you. Don't jump in the water if you can't swim. RG3 hashtag. Yikes. Maybe you need to do like RG3 and just have a seat. Maybe that's what you need. Let me look at your pick. Cause I think you another one of these cats that be funky week in and week out. Let me look at your picks. See what you've been doing. Let's take a look here. I done passed you. That's never good. When I pass you, that means your picks probably been funky from the jump. See what we got. Yeah, man. You a funkster. What? Wait. You went 6-10. Nah, you was 12-4 last week. But last week was easy. This week was hard. This week was hard. You know why we choose to go to the moon? Because that's hard. You went 12-4 last week because it was easy. We choose to do the other thing. That's when it is hard. You need to do the other thing and step your game up when it's hard. It's easy to be great when everybody's going 12-4, 13-3. But what happens when a couple of upsets happen? Look, it doesn't matter that upsets happen. There's still no excuse for 6-10. None whatsoever. So like I said, maybe you need to take a page out of your namesake and go have a seat. Wait, we'll call you when your services are needed. Not. Caden Boyer. Ouch. I think your thumbnail is one of Snoopy. Maybe you need to do like Snoopy and go to sleep. Because these pics was lazy as hell. You remember slouch socks? Y'all remember slouch socks? Man, when I was in high school, slouch socks were the shit. Get you a pair of crispy slouch socks. Wear them with some shorts, some basketball shorts with some dope kicks. Man, you might even get freaky and wear 2 pairs, one black, one white. Put the black pair slightly below the white pair. Oh my God, it was nasty. You know what was also nasty? When you wore those slouch socks a little too much, one too many times, and they no longer slouched, they went to sleep. And them shits was falling all over the place. That's how your picks were. Last week, you had slouch socks picks. They were fresh, they were crisp, they were straight to the point, they were dope. But you made them same damn picks this week. One too many times you went to the well. Now your picks sleepy as hell, man. They lazy. Wake them shits up. All right, Caden, wake up. Wake up, Caden. Time to make some good picks. It was all a dream. Or was it? Is this really you? So you've had one good week, one bad week. We're going to find out. Next week is going to tell us a lot about who you are. Clean Senpai. These picks were dirty as hell. Nothing clean about these damn picks. And this is your first time. So no mercy on your ass. Clean these damn picks up, man. 6-10. Gotta be kidding me. First time around, 6-10. Shame! PD Pablo. Let me look at you've sent pics before. Let me see what you've done before I come down on you. Let me see. You might have been real clean last week. Some 13-3 nonsense last week. Let me check you out first before I come down on you, man. PD Pablo. Yeah, you was 12-4 last week. All right. Another one of these first-time cats coming in thinking they got it all figured out. I don't need to study for this test, man. I got it. I passed the first test. I got an 86 on the first test, and I ain't even studied. Oh, yeah? Okay. All right. Well, take this pop quiz on that ass. What you get on that? Yeah, I got a 50 on that. Or in your case, I got a 60. Ouch. Yikes. So like I asked the others who like you, well, not quite like you, but like you, found themselves over here with the losers, worrying about losing. Who are you really? Are you the guy that stunned and act silly last week? Or are you the guy that this week is sitting over here wondering, how the hell did I go 6-10? I don't know. 6-10 is pretty bad. So what I'm going to say is, PD Pablo, Don't swing your shirt in the air like a helicopter. Focus on these damn picks. Swing some winners in the air like a helicopter. Do that. And finally, I don't know, some of y'all might be too young to remember the Get Fresh crew. Remember? Nah, that's probably a little too old for y'all. Some of y'all too young for that, man. And that's fine. But back in the day, in the late 80s, mid 80s, it's a dope ass crew of MCs out of New York called the Get Fresh crew. They were dope. This is the polar opposite of that. These cats are called the Piss Cup crew. 5 and 11. The bottom of the bottom. The worst of the worst. Doesn't get any worse than the Piss Cup crew. And we just gonna run them off. Worst ever. You're living up to your name. And I asked you last week, are you gonna live up to your name? You damn right. Because your picks were the worst ever. OTS Flow. Your flow is straight garbage. Find a new one. Jacob Gray. Your skies are gray. With no sight of sun anywhere close. Ginger Callum. Last week you were on top. This week you're not. This is why you're not hot. And finally, Sir Crimson Pony. More like My Little Pony. All of y'all should be ashamed of your damn selves. You made picks that embarrass not only yourself, not only everyone else in the loser circle, but prognosticators everywhere. You put shame to predicting winners. And for that, you get pissed on. Piss cup. All of y'all need to sit down, analyze week 4's picks. You need to wash your face, get your mind right. Make better picks. Wipe the piss off your face while you're at it. Because your picks were pathetic. And for that, you all sip from the piss cup. So before we get to your comments, let's take our first look at the 2017 winners and losers standings. We'll be looking at these for the remainder of the season. Find where you are on the list and figure out what you have to do to give yourself a chance. Some of you probably can't catch up because you haven't been here every week. I told you during week 1's winners and losers program, send me your picks every week. You don't want to fall behind because then you won't give yourself a chance. You didn't listen. Some of you got here late. I understand. I get it. In any event, here's the overall standings for the winners and losers in 2017 after 3 weeks. If you are below 60% on your hit rate right now, shame. Okay? Shame. You must do whatever you have to get above 60%. If you can't call them at least, and really 60% is not good, but at least a 60% clip. Treat it like completion percentage. All right? The higher you are, the more accurate you are at making these selections. If you're a quarterback in the NFL and you're not completing at least 60% of your passes, there's a problem. It may be your offensive line. It may be your accuracy as a quarterback. It may be a combination of both. It may be receivers dropping passes. In any event, there's a problem. Same thing here. If you're not at least 60% or better, there's a problem. And you need to fix it. And as a wise bear once told me, only you can prevent forest fires. Only you can prevent your picks and your percentage from being a dumpster fire. Let's get to some of y'all comments before we move on. All right. Let's get to some comments and see what you guys have to say. All right. Read some of these comments, trying to get back to the top. All right. Reed says, I might hate Case Keenum more than I hate Jordan Reed. Hey, you got to let that go, Reed. What was that, like 3 years ago, bro? You got to let that go, man. I guess it's okay to hate Case Keenum now, man. Hirsch Patel said, here comes the roast. Okay, so I did read that already. X Final Gaming says, I'm not going to be in the losers this entire year. Okay, I like that confidence. But when you get there, you must know. You will hear from me. But your consistency right now, I'm going to, let me see what you've done thus far. Okay, that was your first week. So it sounds good after 1 week. I don't believe you. You need more people. Let's see. X Final Gaming says Redskins win was an upset. It was. I'm not going to lie about that. That was an upset as well. A lot of y'all had the Raiders. Probably 80% of y'all had the Raiders. Maybe even upwards of 85%. So, yeah, that was definitely an upset. You could throw that one in there as well. Think D. Wade can get Cleveland past Golden State? Nah, Ree. I don't think so. I think OKC actually still has a better shot at beating them than Cleveland does, but we'll see. Got to see how all those guys mesh together. All of them need the ball. We'll see. X Final Gamer says, when buys happen, what happens? Still 10 wins? Yep. It makes it harder to get 10. That's the beauty of the juice weasel, is when we start having 13 games because 6 teams have a bye week and there's only 13 games, 10 is so hard to come by, and you're going to see people falling off by the wayside. I mean, people on the side of the road with broke down vehicles and picks all over the place. 8 wins and 6 wins and 5. You will be amazed at what you see when we start hitting these bye weeks. It's going to get real. Cloud says, you still sleeping on the birds, bruh? Nah, I'm not. I just know when to pick them. Andrew Trigg says, this week was brutal. The Bears won. The freaking Jags blew out the Ravens. Come on, man. I understand. It doesn't make it okay to go 7-9, Andrew Trigg. It doesn't make it okay. Still not okay. Pepe, the YouTuber, says, yep, those damn upsets cost me double digits. Didn't it all? It cost us all. But again, no excuses here, man. Cloud says the Browns were close, man. Damn, I should have known better. That game wasn't close, and you know it. The Browns were down 31-7 in that game before making a run and cutting it to 3 and getting within an onside kick late in the game. That game wasn't close, and you know it. The Browns stink, and you know it. They were on the road. When they win, it's going to be at home, and you know it. Told y'all that last week. Squints1 says, yeah, I picked the Chargers this week. I know you did. I looked at the pick. I said, why did he do that? Worst ever says, just trying to live up to my name. Last week I did too good. Hashtag be true to yourself. You absolutely did that this week. No doubt about it. For sure. Isaac Snook says, damn it, if I wasn't late, I would have had double digits the first time, remembering to actually pick again and not forget. I feel like the Lions this week. We'll see what you do this week. J Moose says, you are in Jeff Fisher territory. That's that 9-7, boy. That's Jeff Fisher territory. That's what we call it here. Isaac, I already read that one. The Mister says, yo, Lou, put me in as the Mister, not Magic 4413. That's an accident, LOL. All right, I'll change it for you, man. You need some magic, though, on the way out. You better hope that they give you some magic on the way out. Worst ever says, who's Mendoza and why does he have a line? Is it a drug thing? No, it's a baseball reference. There was a guy in the 70s with the last name Mendoza, and he was a heck of a fielder, but he was a terrible hitter. And his batting average was always at or around or below 200. And they would always say that was the running joke, that if you weren't hitting above 200, you were below the Mendoza line, which was his name because he was always consistently at or below 200. That's a terrible batting average. You're supposed to be somewhere around 300, and the elite hitters are somewhere around, hovering around 400. But 350 somewhere in there, 200, that means you're a horrendous hitter. You don't even need to be batting at that point if you're consistently hitting 200 on the season. In any event, Dark Fears Fire Gaming says, did you not count my picks because I edited? No, I should have counted your picks. I probably just left it out, and I have your picks, and I should have called your name, and I was wondering where your name was because I thought you were funky again this week, and I told you and Dark Chief to hang out with one another. Nope, you were 10-6. Did I not call you on the winner side of things? Let's see. Let's check. Yeah, no, I didn't call you. Shame on me. You were 10-6, man. You were 10-6. Let's get you up here, man. I apologize, bruh. I think I got you and X Final Gaming confused is what probably happened. And I left you off the list. But we're going to get you in there right now, man. We are going to get you in there right now. I apologize, bruh. 10-6 deserves recognition, man. You are outstanding this week. And so you definitely deserve your respect. I don't see this coming to you very often. You and Dark Chief gonna get real acquainted over there on the loser side of things, but that's impressive, man. 10-6. My fault, man. I apologize, bro. 10-6. So we got 6 winners this week, not 5. Dark Fears Gaming came in at 10-6, getting the job done as well. I apologize sincerely, my man. No, I did not leave you out because you edited, but do not edit in the future. If you want to change, leave it below your picks. Andrew Kim says, yep, Lou roasting everybody because he knows he will get back to winning and the real losers will keep losing. Consistency is the key to winning this thing. Absolutely couldn't have said it better myself, AK. Money Miz 14 says, Lou, you be cracking me up. I'm asleep. Hey, because you a funny dude, too. You be on the low, be trying to throw in little jabs, too, man. You be throwing hella shade on the low, so I'll be having to watch you. But you a funny ass dude too. Blackbird Blitz says you quick to cut a N-word. Also, don't get comfortable. I make money moves. That's right. These is winning shoes over here, man. Jaleel says, damn, you got a chance this week to roast our asses. Yeah, but everybody, a lot of people were funky. Only 6 people got it done this week. But again, my thing is, don't go below the Mendoza line. Losing is losing. But there's another degree to losing where you can't even get 500. Cloud says, okay, I'm quoting you too. I'm going to bounce back like round ball. We going to see. We going to see. I'll tell you the story of how I became a Redskin fan one day, man. I've told that story numerous times. I don't want to take up too much of y'all time here today, but I'll tell you the story a little bit later on. BE says, we own the Cowboys' ass, plus it was our home opener. Hey, man, stop living in the past, BE. No football related, but Hugh Hefner died. He was 91. I thought Hugh Hefner been died. I thought he died like 4 months ago, 3 months ago, something like that. Hugh Hefner been died. He didn't just die, did he? BE says, it's Arizona. It's in Arizona, and yes, we play the Niners. I figured that was the case. Y'all gonna win this week. He said, if I'm going down picking my boys' cards all day. Well, fine. You're going down. You're going down. I'm going to tell you right now, your picks ain't around. You keep picking the Cardinals. All your picks will be upside down. Keep picking the cards if you want to. Mr. says, F it, I'm going 16-0 the next 2 weeks. Don't do that. First of all, next week there won't be 16 games because we're going to start the bye weeks next week. And second of all, you're not going undefeated. Don't do that. Don't start pointing your back and calling out your shot. Don't do that. Worst ever says, did you see Deshaun gave his game check to 3 cafeteria ladies who lost their stuff in the hurricane? I did. Actually, we retweeted the tweet sent out by one of the beat reporters in Houston, McLean. It's a hell of a gesture, man. And I love when things like that get reported because we don't see enough of these things being reported. These NFL guys, these athletes in general do a lot of good things in the community, and you don't hear about them enough, man. So I love to hear about things like that. That was awesome. Cloud says, didn't they make a Netflix show about the Get Fresh crew? I'm not sure if they did or not. If they did, it was probably dope. X Final Gaming says, can you check your private messages after this stream? I sent you 2 messages earlier. I think I seen them. I don't know if they were from you or not. I will check though. Definitely. Reese says, what do you think my Bucks have to do to beat the Giants at the crib? I'm scared they're going to have a chip on their shoulder and be determined to win. We'll talk about that when we get to these picks. Jaleel says, I missed a week and I'm on y'all asses shaking my head. Just kidding. Yeah, I was about to say, for real? For real, though? Don't do that. Worst ever says, thoughts on the NCAA basketball FBI scandal? It's a lot of shady things going on with basketball. We've seen different scandals from players not doing work and having like bogus majors and teachers giving them A's and people doing their work for them, to the prostitution angles for recruits. We've seen all kinds of nonsense in college basketball. None of this stuff surprises me at all. I apologize, Dark Fears, Fire Gaming. Especially after you had a funky week. I think you were funky last week or the week before. So, yeah, I apologize, man. No doubt. Enrique Valencia says, next week I'm going to go at least 10-6. Believe that. Okay. I love this enthusiasm. I'm going to remember all of these people telling me they're going double digits next week. Are you Tank 3181 says, are you taking Seattle this week? Right? Yeah, y'all got the Colts at home. Yeah, y'all gonna win that game, man. I haven't seen your picks, Enrique. I generally don't look at the picks until it's time to assess the picks and the damage. Eagles B said, is the Eagles-Chargers game a trap game for the Eagles? Absolutely. Come with your A game. The Chargers can beat anyone in the league. But they're a football team lacking confidence right now. So if you want to beat them, jump on them early and show them what's up. You allow them to hang around and give them confidence that they can win the game, they'll come in your house and steal one. So be mindful of that. 8-Ball NFL says, this was probably my worst week in a year. Did not expect the Bears to beat the Steelers, the Jags to destroy the Ravens. No one did. No one did. AP 9000 says, what up, Lou? Late to the party. Pretty sure I did really good, though. LOL, you did, man. You were one of 6 people to actually win this week, man. Congratulations to you. And I also released the overall standings. Hopefully you got a chance to take a look at that. If not, check it out on playback. I may play it once more on the way out. Isaac Schnook says, week 1 was too busy saving the world to make picks, but I'm back now, 150% to prove Louie T dead wrong. That's what I want you to do. The bigger the strong, you got it going on. Prove me dead wrong. Yo, T, you're dead wrong. Am I dead wrong? Prove me wrong. I dare you to. USC. Isaac Schnook says, I'm going to have to get the old citation machine and quote Louie T thoroughly. Uh-oh. Don't start being a stenographer over there and typing every damn thing down. Squints one said, Chargers to get off the schneid this week. You can do that. They're going to beat somebody eventually. Vegeta's Dark Side says, what's the best game of the week this upcoming week? We about to look at these picks right now. Let's get to them. So let's go and get to these picks. So we're here now. And we start on Thursday night. The Bears at the Green Bay Packers. Bears coming off a big win at home versus Pittsburgh. Packers coming off a big come-from-behind victory versus Cincinnati. They get one of their big weapons back in Randall Cobb, who will suit up and play after missing a game versus Cincinnati with a chest injury. Add him to the mix with Jordy Nelson. I think this Packers team going to take care of business. Remember, the Bears aren't afraid of going into Lambeau and winning. They did it a couple of years ago on Thanksgiving, unsuspectedly. But this is not that. And the Packers should be able to take care of business. Fully expect them to do so. Give me the Packers. You go to Sunday's action, Saints at Dolphins. I don't really know what to make of this game. Dolphins lost last week to the Jets, but that was on the road. This is their first game at home this season. And you expect them to come back home and play better. The Saints defensively don't scare anyone, but they seem like they put some things together last week. But then again, keep in mind that was a divisional opponent, and the Panthers struggle to score. The Dolphins have struggled to score in this young season. So again, I don't know what to make of this game. I want to believe in the Saints. I want to believe that they can right the ship and get back to 500 at 2-2 with another victory. But I also believe that the Dolphins at home should be able to get back on track, do some good things. They should be able to run the football. And when they run the football successfully with Jay Ajayi, they normally are a dangerous team and tough to beat. I'll take the Dolphins at home to get back on track, score some points, run the football, and get it done in their home opener versus the New Orleans Saints. Buffalo Bills at Atlanta Falcons. I'm not taking the Falcons road opponents until the Falcons lose at home. And I don't see the Falcons losing at home this season. If they do, it'll be to a team in the division. I'm not messing with the Bills on the road. I like the Bills at home, but they're not home in this game. Give me the Falcons to stay unbeaten. Steelers at the Ravens. Neither one of these teams respects the other's house at all. No respect whatsoever for the other's possessions, nor their home. They love to go in, ransack the other's house, leave with dubs. And so, with that being said, I think the Steelers, both teams should be upset at the way they performed last week. The Ravens were embarrassed, and the Steelers, they just laid an egg. They went on the road, and they thought they could just show up and win, and they were in for a rude awakening. I look at the Ravens. They find it so hard to score. They just do. They struggle. Their offense is anemic in every sense of the word. The Steelers haven't hit their offensive stride yet. I'm waiting for that one game where they explode. I don't know if it's going to be against the Ravens. I highly doubt that it's going to be against the Ravens. But I do think that they can do enough to beat the Ravens on the road. And so because of that, I'm taking the Pittsburgh Steelers to bounce back after that tough loss on the road to the Bears. And a lot of travel for the Ravens. Had to come back from London, lick their wounds. I like the Steelers in this one to get the win. Bengals at Browns. You feel like the Bengals are on the cusp of finally getting their first win. They looked like a much better team last week. But the Browns at some point are going to win this season, and they're going to win at home. And when they do win at home, it's going to be against a team in the division. Here's a golden opportunity. Someone's has to go, right? Someone's going to get a win, right? Why not the Cleveland Browns? I'm taking the Browns at home to beat the Bengals and get their first win of the season. Rams at Cowboys. This is a nice game. Rams have 10 days to prepare for the Cowboys after their dramatic 41-38 victory over the 49ers on Thursday Night Football. That being said, the Cowboys are still the better team in this football game. I think the Rams can give them a run for their money, but they have to go to Big D and try to steal one. I don't think they're ready to do that yet. I don't think this Rams team is capable just yet of going on the road and beating quality opponents just yet. You give up 39 points to the 49ers and you have problems. And because of that, I see the Cowboys scoring points and getting the job done. I'll take the Cowboys at home in that contest. Titans at Texans. This game just got a lot more intriguing after watching Deshaun Watson do what he did versus the New England Patriots. Deshaun Watson looks like a legit NFL quarterback. It's early, tough to say that right off the bat, but he looked confident. He looks like a handful. The Titans right now have to prove that they can go on the road and win against a defense that's going to really give them a run. We saw them go on the road in the division and devour Jacksonville. They played a tough defense last week, in Seattle, and their second halves have been epic this season, especially the last 2 weeks. I look for them to go on the road and find a way to get it done. While what the Texans did last week was cute, I'm not buying what they're selling. I'm buying what the Titans are selling, however. I'll take the Titans in this one. I may regret this one, but I'm willing to take a loss betting on a team that I believe in. Lions at the Vikings. God, I wish I knew who was quarterbacking this game. I said the same thing last week in case Keenum stepped up and got it done. This isn't the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, though. These are the Detroit Lions. They play a better brand of defense. They're upset after the way their game ended last week. This should be a good one. It matters who's at quarterback this week. Sam's got to be healthy enough to play this week, right? Like, he can't be that hurt to where he can't play 3 straight weeks, right? Right? Right. So I'm going with the Minnesota Vikings at home to hold it down. We'll see what they are able to do. That's their 3rd home game in 4 weeks. They've got a ton of roadies coming. They better take care of this one because they're about to be on the road. Probably 2 out of their next 3 for sure. Maybe even 3 out of their next 4. In any event, Panthers at Patriots. This game may be closer than it should be because the Patriots can't stop anybody. And it would be just like the Panthers next week. to finally have an offensive outburst because the Patriots can't stop anybody defensively. That being said, the Patriots are still the better team, and they're going to get it done at home. I'll take the Patriots. Jags versus the Jets. Jets playing with a little bit of confidence. Destroyed the Dolphins last week. The Jags playing with a little bit of confidence. Destroyed the Ravens last week. So this is a game where you look at both of these teams and you say, look, Jets, last week was cute. It was family business. You did what you were supposed to do against a family member that, frankly, I don't think is going to be all that great this year either. And so hats off to you for getting your win and getting it out of the way and not being the last team to get one. That being said, if you're serious about having a season, Jacksonville, you can't possibly think it's okay to go on the road. I don't care where this game could have been in London. This game is in New York or New Jersey. This game could have been in Jackson. I don't give a damn. This game could have been on the moon. You can't lose to the Jets if you have any aspirations of having a real season. And for that, I say defensively, they go in, they dominate, they force McCown to make a couple of mistakes, and they win the ball game. Blake Bortles, just take care of the ball. You don't have to be special. Just don't turn it over, and you win. I'll take the Jags on the road. 49ers at Cardinals. The 49ers are going to win a game in the division. Look, all of these bad teams that aren't going to win very many games this season, they're going to win games in the division, but it's going to be at home. This 49ers team probably going to win a game in the division versus this same Cardinals team, just not in Arizona. I'll take the Cardinals, even though I don't like what they're doing right now. They're good enough defensively to shut down this 49ers team at home. I'll take the Cardinals. Eagles at Chargers. This is a trap game if I've ever seen one. Eagles already have went out to the West Coast, not all the way out to the left coast, but they went out to the Midwest, sort of on the left coast to play the Chiefs. Didn't go very well for them. Then here's another trip out west. Will they have better results this time? The Chargers are going to beat someone at some point, and it doesn't necessarily have to be someone in their division. They're good enough to win a game outside of the division, and I think this is going to be the week that they finally get a win. The Eagles are due for a letdown. I felt like all three of their games thus far have been really good performances by this Eagles football team. And I think they're due for a letdown game, just a stinker of a game. Week 1 wasn't a great performance, but it was good enough to win. Week 2 I thought was impressive on the road versus the Chiefs. We were in that game for the majority of it. Had a little bit of a defensive meltdown in the fourth quarter, but you still battled back and made it a ball game late. And then last week, you were dominating and then let the Giants come back and almost steal it, but you found a way to hold them off. One of these times, you're not going to be able to get it done. This may be the week. I probably should pick the Eagles, but at some point, the Chargers have to win. Why not this week? Give me the Chargers. Giants at Bucks. Much like the Chargers, the Giants have to win at some point. They're due for one. Is this the week? Maybe. Bucks, sour taste in their mouth, just like my man Reese said. And I feel like if the Bucks, and I believe they get their running back, Doug Martin, back, which I'm elated about because I couldn't take any more of Jaquiz Rogers starting for them. That was an atrocity. In any event, what they have to do to win this game is they first have to protect Jameis Winston. If they can do that, I think you can throw on that secondary. It's a good secondary. It's vaunted. But you can throw on the Giants, I think. But you got to give your quarterback time. If he's flustered, if he's not comfortable, I think you'll struggle. But if you can protect your quarterback, and the best way to do that is with a solid, balanced attack, running the football, and being able to set up some play-action fakes and some passes down the field to take advantage of what I think is an opportunity to maybe go after Eli Apple in that secondary. The Eagles did it last week and had some success. The Lions did it the week previous and had some success. The Cowboys did it the week before and had a tiny bit of success. You can go after Eli Apple. I think that's the move. but you got to be balanced and you got to protect your quarterback. I think the Buccaneers can do that in this game. The Giants are going to win at some point, and it wouldn't shock me if this was the week. But Bucks in their home, no, this isn't their home opener. They already beat the Bears there. They should be able to get this one at home. I'll take the Bucks. I may regret it, but I think they should be able to get it done. You know, last year, this Bucks team struggled in the afternoon games. I'm going to keep my eye on that one. Raiders at Broncos. Broncos are at home. Both teams have a sour taste in their mouth after losing some games on the road. I think the Broncos, however, at home are the tougher team in this matchup. And I think the Raiders have a deficiency up front along their offensive line that the Broncos are going to be able to take advantage of. And so I think the Broncos get after Derek Carr, make him uncomfortable, force him into some mistakes. Broncos are able to run the football, I think, maybe in this game as well. And they come away with the victory. I'll take the Broncos in that AFC West family business. Colts, Seahawks. Seahawks at home. They need a win desperately. Right now, they're currently in second place in their division behind the Rams, who I think are going to lose. And they got a chance to get back to first place with the Rams before getting even and then leaving them. Here's an opportunity to get back in the win column versus a Colts team that is playing much better football with Jacoby Brissett. But that being said, he's not at home this time. He's on the road against a nasty defense on the road. I think that 27-point outburst they had last week, albeit in a loss, is what the doctor ordered for the Seahawks. Hopefully Doug Baldwin is okay because he's the catalyst for that offense. They're going to get it done at home versus the Colts on Sunday Night Football. Give me the Seahawks. And finally, Redskins on Monday Night Football versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Bottom line here is I've picked the Redskins to lose the last 2 weeks, and the Redskins have won. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Again, much like last week, I actually think the team that I'm picking in the game is better going into the game. I don't think the Raiders are better than the Redskins any longer, but going into the game, thought the Raiders were a better team. Thought they could actually beat the Redskins. I thought we had a legitimate shot at winning that game, but I wasn't going to pick the Redskins because they had to prove to me that they could get that done. Now you've passed one test. Here's an even bigger test. On the road, hostile environment, maybe the most hostile environment in all of the NFL, Arrowhead Stadium. Monday Night Football, crowd is going to be amped and raucous. They're undefeated. They're one of the best teams in the league. Can you go on the road and defeat a good football team? Kirk Cousins hasn't done this yet against a good team, a great defense on the road. He hasn't shown the propensity to be able to do this. And until he does, I'm taking the Chiefs on Monday night. So those are my picks. Quickly, to recap, Packers, Dolphins, Falcons, Steelers, Browns, Cowboys, Titans, Vikings, Patriots, Jags, Cardinals, Chargers, Bucks, Broncos, Seahawks, Chiefs. 3 road teams. I'm happy. That's a great number. I'm happy with that number. I feel confident in these picks. This is probably the first week that I felt confident in my picks. I feel really good about what I've just put forth. I told you the last 2 weeks, I wasn't very confident. It turned out that 2 weeks ago, I should have been confident, but I wasn't. Last week, I told you flat out I wasn't confident and that this felt like an 8-8 week. What did I do? 8-8. This week, I'm telling you, this is double digits. I smell double digits. I feel double digits. I see double digits. In any event, I thank you for joining me. We have stayed on for 2 hours, which is ridiculous. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Let you guys get out of here. I thank you guys for joining me on this program. If it happens in the National Football League, whether big or small, we cover it all here on the Louie T Network. Come back and join me as I continue to break down anything and everything in the National Football League. Thank you for joining me on Winners and Losers, where we win and we let the losers worry about losing. If you want to donate to the Louie T Network, that's how you do it via PayPal. The link is in the description. And also, I will leave you with the overall standings for the winners and losers pick 'em through 3 weeks of action. I'll see you next week or tomorrow or today. Have a good one.